What's up, guys? In today's episode, I go over the Burns Delta case for your Synergy modules. Stay tuned. What is up, you guys? It's your boy, Luis Torres. What? Yo, look at that. Come on, son. Who's the iconic? What? Yo, new tattoos. Who this? So, okay. So here's the one thing with the Synergy gear is you're never just going to have one module. It's just never going to happen. You're going to get one. You're going to fall in love with that one module, regardless of which one you pick first. It's always going to be your favorite, right? But then you're going to be out on the market for a second one, especially when you realize that you can basically find yourself another amp, and I call it another amp because it's literally the same preamp from a high-end boutique amp like Bogner without spending $4,000. You're going to spend 10% of that at $400. So now you have two, right? Now you realize, like, hey, this is really convenient. It's a small package. Now I'm not lugging around a giant head or two just so you can have a different tone. And then you're going to find yourself with a third module. And if your name is Michael Bailey, then you're going to end up with 8 of them. So shout out to my boy, Mike. So Michael was just like, hey, I have all of these modules, but I found someone here in Washington who makes these cases for your modules to basically store, which was convenient to even run into because at the time I had just gotten, I had 4 Synergy modules, and this is how I had them saved or stored. I would use one and then put it back in its box. And then I'd use a second one, and once I was done, I'd put it back in the box. And then sometimes, just for the heck of it, I would have all 4 out, and I would just, run from one to the next. That's the fun part of having Synergy gear, is you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to have all these different amps. You can spend a few hundred and get one amp, save a bit, get another amp, and just keep going till you're blue in the face. So Michael was just showing me these photos, and I ended up, he sent me the information for to reach out to Chris, so I did, and he's sending me the specs of the case, the size, the dimension of them, and I kind of realized that it was a small little Pelican case, and I have larger Pelican cases just for my photography gear, and when I travel and do destination shoots, so I'm more than familiar with the cases and their durability and being waterproof and weather resistant, which to me was really important because, it's a huge improvement from leaving it in a cardboard box and literally just shelving it right back into where they came from. So I reached out to him and ended up buying and ordering this case. And once it arrived, I was so excited. And that's just one thing that you kind of, after a while, you're always just like, where do I put everything? Whether you're married, you have a girlfriend, a boyfriend, whatever it is, you're always just like, all right, well, I can't buy any more gear because I really don't have any place to put it. And then when you have all of these heads, you run out of space unless you buy a bigger house, So, the convenience of having Synergy gear aside from its size and its portability and the fact that you can jump from one amp to the other is now here's Chris Burns with these cases. And I actually kind of, previewed it for everyone yesterday, but here's this little Pelican case. And, he gives each one its own serial number there. And here are the locks, which, it locks ridiculously tight, which is great. And then there are all of your Synergy modules. And, you know, if you have Synergy, then you already know that the way you swap them in and out is there are these screws to the left and the right of each module. And I'm just pulling one out now. So if you've never gotten into any Synergy gear, if you've never used anything, you can see that there's a rail there. And on the other side, so it's kind of this rail system that Synergy uses to just slide the modules in, and it actually slides into the board that's here. So if you see that left and right, those are kind of like the wings that you use to slide in, and then of course it has to make the connection at the back. So once it stops, you take it and you just slide it deeper into the Syn 1. It makes contact, you tighten it, you know, again, the screws on the left and right, and then you're done. But, you know, again, if you have more than one, you're always trying to figure out where to store it. And these things are kind of delicate, aside from the fact that, I don't know if you can tell, you know, some of you guys have just reached out to me recently after me posting some of these videos and asking if it's solid state. They're not. This has 2 tubes in there. And then the Syn 1 also has a tube. So it's kind of like the best of a hybrid, if you will, where it's not solid state, but it's not your typical, you know, let's say head that has 4 or 6 12 AX7 tubes that help power the overdrive channel or the gain channel. So each module comes equipped with 2 12 AX7 tubes. So you basically take this and you just align it left and right to the rail system, and that's it. It's in. That's what she said. He said. And that's it, bro. This is so convenient. It's ridiculous. So, you know, so here you are with all of them. You take it, you lock them in place, and that's it. You lug it wherever you want, and you know, if you don't think this thing is tiny, it's crazy. This is great. Like, the size of it is just mind-blowing. So if you are into the Synergy gear already, I will put a link below. That way you guys can just go directly to Chris and reach out to him, whether it's on Instagram or right to his Reverb channel. They sell for about 125 bucks. I think mine was 125 and 15 shipping, 10 shipping, maybe 14 shipping, something along those lines. But it's coming from Washington State all the way to New York. So literally one coast to the next. So that's why it's going to be a little more expensive versus, you know, if you were in California or somewhere in the Midwest. So yes, again, super convenient. I can't stress that. You know, the one thing you're going to run into is as you, again, accumulate these modules, and trust me, trust me that after you get your first one, you're going to instantly realize how next level Synergy gear is. And it's funny, I remember a few years ago, people mentioning Synergy, and I was just like, you know, I had heard of the Randall RM line, I think is what it was called. And just never looked into it. And someone kind of explained that Egnator had the patent and then took it. I don't know if Randall had just given it up and he kind of ended up selling it or leasing the patent to Boutique. And then Boutique makes everything. They make Soldano amps, they make Bogner pedals, they make Friedman amplifiers. So they are a huge company, and that's kind of what you want to look for. And if you've ever spoken to the owner, Avi, who is an absolute, you know, super nice guy, crazy, but crazy in a good way. The crazy that you want. Crazy like Kyle Rhodes crazy. Like guys that are so into their business, they're so into their work. You know, God forbid if anything happens, they're the first ones, the owners, I'm talking about the guys that run the company, are, you know, making sure that you're taken care of. You know, and who doesn't like that with any company that you do business with, right? So, you know, these are guys that, again, they're cuckoo, they're crazy, they OCD But again, that's the reason why their gear is just amazing. And that's, again, that's what you want. So, so once you start getting and accumulating more modules, you're going to sit back and be like, bro, I need to figure out where to put these because they're so delicate, those little modules. Like they're light. I mean, it's light construction, it's aluminum, but you know, they're not heavy. So you're almost convinced that at some point you're going to drop it and you're going to shatter something that's $400, you know, and you know, it takes it's, you know, it's $400. It's still not cheap. It's not 4,000, but you know, it's still, you got to work hard to get that, you know what I'm saying? And have that on the side so you can buy something for your hobby, recreational use. So yeah, dude. So again, I'll put a link below. If you haven't tried any Synergy gear, you'll seriously find someone that you know that has one, try it for yourself. It's, you know, it's all I've been raving about lately, which is ridiculous. But it's next level. It literally is next level. To me, it's next level the way digital kind of took off, and now that's kind of its own little world in the market of guitar playing and heavy music. You know, there's digital, there's regular tube amplifiers, there's solid state, and then there's, you know, Synergy, which is just up here. It's just crazy. So guys, again, click on the link below, check out Chris's information so you can check out the rest of the gear that he sells, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't. And as usual, thank you so much for watching. What? Look at this. That's it, dude. Ah, is it buffing off? Ah, you guys caught me. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And as usual, this guy will talk to you soon. What's up, playa? What's up, playa?